Hello and welcome back in the practical hands-on training on JavaScript. So from this particular session, we will be talking about the basic programming concepts. Okay. So here the basic programming concepts that we will be talking about like array, functions, objects, iterative statements, UI preparation, browser console, DOM manipulation and everything. So once we will be completing all these things, your application, that is this issue tracker application, will be completed as well. Okay, so let me go ahead and let me explain you the array concept first related to our issue tracker application, and slowly we will be implementing this as well. Okay, so from the next slide itself I will be talking about the array implementation. So let's see this. So these are the user stories that I'm going to implement in my application, that is the issue tracker app. So the user story one says that your issue tracker app should have a way to create issues list. Okay. Second user story is it should have a way to add issues in the issue list. Third is it should have a way to display issues list. Fourth is it should have a way to change an issue in the issues list. And finally, fifth is it should have a way to delete an issue from the list of issues. So if you can see these user stories, these are basically the CRUD operations that we are performing on the array. Okay. So let's talk about the array first. So how do we create the array? So when I'm talking about my user story one, that is your issue tracker app should have a way to create issues list. So when I will be creating the issues list, as you can see on the screen, you are writing var issues is equal to, and then in the subscript sign you are providing the issues. Okay, so this statement does what? Basically it creates the array and its name is going to be issues. So this statement will be creating the output something like this. Let me just go back. Okay, let me take the ink over here and then I will be showing you. So when I'm talking about this particular statement, this is going to create the structure like this. You will be having an array, and this array will be having three consecutive memory locations. Okay, and when I'm saying var issues, then you have this issues as a variable, and here in each block you will be having issue 1, issue 2 and issue 3. So here you will be having issue 1, here you will be having issue 2, and this is issue 3. So this is what the kind of structure that will be created for you. Okay, let us move ahead. Now when I'm talking about this second user story, that is it should have a way to add issues in the issues list. Okay, so what happens basically, just treat this particular list array list like this. Okay, so you have three different issues available over here at 0th, first and second. Now what will happen when you want to add any issue? Okay, if you want to add any data into the array, you will be using this push method. Now this push method will be doing what? It will be adding the data on top of the list. Okay, so if your first issue is added over here, this is issue 1, this is issue 2, this is issue 3. Okay, now if you want to add another issue, and if you use this issues.push method, this will be putting this particular data on top of this. So it creates this thing as an stack. Okay, so here your issue 4 will be created, and this pointer will be moving ahead, and this way your array will be created. Let us move on to the next thing. Now we are talking about it should have a way to display the issues list. Now when I am saying display the issues list, what basically we want, we will not be starting directly onto the browser. Like very first we will be checking it whether our backend code is working or not. Okay, so this console.log statement is basically used for checking purpose. So on the browser console itself you can see the output. So when you will be displaying the issues, now what it will be doing, it will be displaying the issues like this. You will be getting issues, and here you will be getting the output like this. Okay, once you will click on this particular sign, here it will be giving you the output something like this: 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so on 0th location, on first location, on third location, which particular value is available, this will be provided by this particular thing. So we'll be seeing all these things practically. Just wait and watch. Now next thing is you want to change some data. So let's say for example, when you have this array available over here, okay, you have this array available 0 1 2. Now what exactly you want? Here you had already added issue 1, here you had issue 2, here you had issue 3. Okay, now you want to change this particular issue. So how you will be changing? If you want to access any of the values from here, let's say for example this is pointed by this issues variable, right? If I want to say that you want to display the issue 1, so how you will be displaying the issue 1? You will be accessing this particular variable and you will be using the subscript sign, and inside the subscript sign you will be providing the index value. So let's say for example this is the way you will be accessing. This is issues and this is the 0. So when you will be saying issues 0, it will be taking issue 1 from this particular location. Okay, if I want to change this particular value, if I want to change this location value, right, how you will be changing it? Again, it's very simple. You will be saying issues of 1, and whatever value you want to provide, this value you will be providing using this way. Okay, so this changed value will be available over here. So this is how you are going to change the value. Now the next thing is you want to delete the issue. So how you will be deleting? Again, it's very simple. See, you have this array, and from this particular array you have issue 1, issue 2, issue 3. Okay, now what happens in the JavaScript? We have one method that is called splice. Now this splice method will do what? Let's say I want to change or I want to delete this particular value. This value you want to delete. So what you will be doing, you will be using this splice method. The first argument says that from which location you want to delete, and second argument says that how many values you want to delete. So first argument in the splice method is talking about the place that from where you want to delete, right? And second is talking about the number of values that you want to delete. So I hope this particular thing is clear to you. In the next session, I will be implementing all these things practically, and you will see that how I'm going to use these things in my practical example. Okay, so thank you very much. Just try to understand these things very carefully.